My name is Ebony. I'm in 8th grade. I'm supposed to be in high school. Communities in schools is helping me with going to where I need to be.
So I first met Ebony a couple years ago. She was in CIS in a girls group. Putting her in this program really gave her a sense of support and an individual community where she can really grow and really be herself.
Partners helps us in earning our credits for high school. So by the time we get to high school, we could be ahead.
Just kind of knew that she really wanted to grow, but I knew that there were some other circumstances which I wasn't really quite sure of what were going on at the time, but I knew that she wanted something.
It was kind of hard before, like I wasn't really thinking right. I wouldn't really think straight, this wasn't my goal before, but as soon as I started getting help from communities in schools, from Mr. Edgar, I started thinking a lot more about my life and where I want to be.
So this past year, Ebony was retained. She had a death in the family which caused her to miss a lot of school and deal with a lot of grief issues. Putting her in this program really gave her a sense of support and an individual community where she can really grow and really be herself.
Before, I had a hard time in school. My grades were low. I didn't come to school because what had happened. And now, because of CIS, I have grown a lot more. I come to school, I'm always here. My grades are way much better.
I've seen Ebony grow in many different ways, but I think most importantly now is in her academics. I think she's really on top of it. She's gone into some leadership roles here in the program, and so she's now responsible for her own academic success.
Well, I'm really glad that Mr. Edgar really helped me a lot to get where I'm at. If I wouldn't have had that help, I think I would have been the person I used to be before. I feel for myself that from his help that I could lead myself to a better future for me.
My name is Hector. I'm a senior at South San High School. I'm currently ranked number 8 in my class, and I managed to maintain a 4.0 GPA. And I'm taking all sorts of advanced classes, such as dual credit and AP.
When I first met Hector, he was a freshman, probably 14 years old. He was a little shy at first. He was a little quiet and shy, but he's a bright student. You knew immediately he's a bright student.
I live with my mother and my 3 sisters and 2 nephews. And I really admire my mother because she manages to juggle all of these responsibilities as well as being a full-time mom. She has to work hard to support us.
He is what's considered first-generation student, so he doesn't have that support system as far as college goes. And I know I want to say the past almost 2 years he's been working a full-time job that he has been doing to support his family as well.
Having a full-time job can be difficult, but at the same time, I'm helping my mom, and that's rewarding to me because it's helping me grow as an individual, and at the same time, I get to see my mom smile a little more. The thought of helping my mom and being able to be there and support her really keeps me going when it comes to whenever I just want to give up. But it's that motivation that just keeps me going.
The way that I keep him motivated is just being there for support. Just being there for him, I think, is the most important thing that any high school student needs.
I'm involved in the TRIO Upward Bound program, and I've been a member since my freshman year.
The Communities in Schools Upward Bound program also provides them with the ability to see all sorts of college campuses, go on campus tours. We have our Saturday academic program where we help them with math, science, English, test prep on Saturdays, and we have a summer residential program in which the students live on campus for 5 weeks away from their family to give them sort of an idea of what it's going to be like that freshman year in college.
I feel that Mr. Regan actually cares about all of us. This isn't just a job to him, this is helping us realize our full potential and what it is we want to do with our futures. Without CIS, I don't picture myself as the hardworking individual I am today. I would probably still be the shy kid in the background that doesn't say much, but now I can genuinely say that I have control over what I'm going to do, and I know that I'm going to accomplish everything I set out to.
My name's Rachel. I'm a senior at Harlandale High School. When I grow up, hopefully crossing my fingers, I'll be on Broadway.
I met Rachel in the CIS summer program of her 8th grade year. And I remember that she was very quiet and she kept to herself.
At first, I didn't like it. I didn't like having to talk and having to say anything at all.
When she came in, her self-esteem was low, her confidence was low, her attendance, her academics, they were also not good. And then when she lost her father, everything just became worse for her.
In my freshman year of high school, my father had passed away from bone cancer. It was a really sad time for me. There was a lot going on, and the first semester of high school hadn't finished yet. And my grades had started to drop.
She was very quiet, and she didn't want to share much. She kept to herself. Well, it took time, and it was just letting her know that it was a safe place, that she could come in and she could talk when she was ready to talk, if she needed to talk.
The grief group of CIS really helped me to get through it and get past it and not have to feel so lost while I was in school and not feel so uninterested in everything that was going on around me because I was so sad.
Seeing the change over time was really great because I was there to help her, whether it was through groups like a social skills group or meeting with her one-on-one, the grief group, just those kind of things that helped her get to where she's at.
I started acting or sort of acting my sophomore year. I didn't really want to do it at first, and I had come to CIS and I talked about it and I had weighed the pros and the cons.
And I encouraged her. I did encourage her to do it, and she went for it and she's doing great.
At first, I didn't think that I would get a lead role. I kind of was as surprised as anyone else.
Since Rachel joined CIS, I can see a change in her. She has blossomed, her confidence and self-esteem have grown, and her grades and attendance have improved.
Without communities in school, I wouldn't be the person that I am now. I wouldn't be trying to be an actress when it's the most delusional dream that anyone could ever have. I'm gonna go to the American Musical and Dramatic Academy, which is in New York City, and hopefully down the line I can finally be on Broadway, the place I've always wanted to go.
For every one of our success stories, there are many more students who need the help that communities and schools provides. You can make a difference. Donate, volunteer, or advocate today.